But first tonight, we're calling it the national shame, an eerie reminder of the Dadri lynching episode 2 years ago, where Mohammad Akhlaq was lynched to death on suspicions of allegedly stowing beef in his house. This time, Gau Rakshak struck in Alwar in Rajasthan. A 50-year-old man was thrashed to death in broad daylight, along with a group of others, by a vigilante mob on suspicion that they were smuggling cows. The video of the attack that took place on Monday shows how hundreds of people on a busy highway did nothing, even as a mob went on the rampage. Let's take a look at this report. Some visuals may be disturbing.
15 men versus a mob of 100. In civilized India, treated like animals. All this happened on National Highway 8 in full public view. For almost an hour and no trace of cops. The result? A man lynched because he was suspected of being a cow smuggler. 50-year-old Pehlu Khan was beaten along with 5 others. But he was too old to survive the assault.
ये तो बेचारा वहाँ से जयपुर से दवा लेकर आया था, वह तो सवारी बैठ गया था गाड़ी में।
2 पिकअपों में 5 आदमी थे, 5 घायल थे, एक बुजुर्ग था, उसकी उम्र करीब 55 साल थी, वो ज़्यादा सीरियस था। आरबी एक्ट में होता है, गोवंश प्रतिषेध अधिनियम के अंतर्गत गिरफ्तार किया है।
Yes, you heard that right. The men who were beaten up are now behind bars. Even though they claim that they were carrying the cattle legally with all the necessary documentation.
Pehlu Khan succumbed to his injuries. Ironically, the police arrested all the men who were there in the vehicles who were traveling with the cows. However, the cow vigilantes who were responsible for the vicious attack, none of them have so far been arrested. Despite it being a named FIR, none of the men have so far been rounded up by the police.
Under fire, the Rajasthan government has acted fast in an attempt to cover its tracks, even announcing a 5,000 rupee bounty on the 6 absconding suspects. But this is not the first time that overzealous Gau Rakshaks have blood on their hands. In 2015, Mohammad Akhlaq was lynched to death by a Hindu mob on alleged suspicions of storing beef in his house. In 2016, 7 Dalits were lynched in broad daylight in Gujarat Suna on suspicion of skinning a cow.
मैंने देखा है कि कुछ लोग जो पूरी रात एंटी सोशल एक्टिविटी करते हैं, कुछ लोग, लेकिन दिन में गौरक्षक का चोला पहन लेते हैं.
Even as the Prime Minister condemned this extrajudicial action by overzealous cow protectors, the big question is, why aren't these vigilantes being reined in? With Devankur Vadhavan in Alwar, Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, let me go straight across to Rahul Prakash. The Alwar SP now joins me. Appreciate your joining us, Mr. Prakash. Very disturbing visuals that have now come out a few days after that attack. 1 person dying yesterday. I want to understand one thing. Where was the police? Where was your police when this attack went on, the rampage that this mob went on, which went on, I'm told, for several minutes? Where were they?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Rahul. Where was the police?
Police was very much there, and I would like to tell you that the police who saved these 5 people from this unruly mob, police immediately reached at the spot after getting information and used force against this unruly mob, admitted these persons in the hospital.
Rahul, I don't see the police anywhere in the video that is there with us. I don't see them. And this video, the police lands up way too late.
Police went after information. Police has information of 4 vehicles smuggling cows. Police went there caught those vehicles with him, seized the vehicles, transported the cows to Goshala and arrested the 11th person. After that, police got another information that 4 or 5 kilometers further towards Delhi, there are some people who are beating 5 people and holded 2 vehicles with cows. Police immediately rushed there with only 3 or 4 constables. SHO went there, SHO used force against that mob, that huge mob, saved these people from the mob.
How many people from that mob arrested, Mr. Prakash? How many people from that mob, sir, have been arrested?
Sir, I think you should understand and appreciate that the police personnel reached the spot was only 3 to 4. Mob was 150 to 200.
Yes.
The first preference was to save these 5 persons from the mob and take them to the hospital.
How many people arrested, sir?
When?
How many people have you arrested so far? This incident is now more than 72 hours old. How many people have you arrested?
3 people arrested in this case.
But tell me, a mob of 150 people gathers, does this. They were obviously well prepared. They had planned for this. It suggests to me that the Gau Rakshaks have no fear of the law.
No, sir, not at all. Why they are fleeing from their homes if they are not having any fear of law? Why they are not coming forward?
How come on a main road? How come on a main road leading to Delhi, sir, such a large mob gathers? It clearly suggests that they believed they could get away with this.
Let me explain, sir. The figure 200 is given by the the complainant, from the complainant, and the person who are participating in this incident may be 20-25 persons. Others may be the passers-by who just stand there and watching the incident.
Who are these 20-25, sir? Who are these 20-25 people? Can you give us? Do they belong to Gau Rakshak? Do they have any political affiliation?
Yet we are not in this stage to say this. We can say this only after the investigation. After getting the videos from the media persons and the private persons, we detained 5 persons. We saw them in the video. 3 are explicitly thrashing these people. We arrested them. Other 2 are just standing and watching this incident. We are just interrogating them.
What charges are you going to impose against them?
Obviously 302.
I want to understand this one last time, because what is troubling me here is it appears, I know I'm seeing a policeman who seems to be smiling, but I will leave that for now. My worry is that there is a sense that the mob believed they could get away with this, sir. That the police arrived like a Hindi cinema much too late. Are you going to accept that? No. Or do you believe that you simply had no information that a mob of this kind would be gathering there to attack these so-called cow smugglers?
I already requested you, sir, that police was already busy in the 4 other vehicles, transporting the cows to the Goshala, arrested the cow smugglers.
Were they cow smugglers? Are you sure they were cow smugglers, sir?
100%. 100%.
100% they were cow smugglers?
Yeah.
But you accept that even if they are cow smugglers, that is no reason for this mob to gather there. Obviously, therefore, the mob in some way was also tracking these people just as much as the police was. What I find, Mr. It seems very well planned. This is not a spontaneous act. Somebody has planned this.
I think, sir, this could be told after the investigation. At this stage, I have no fact to tell about this.
So at this stage, you don't know whether it is pre-planned, whether it is spontaneous, you don't know who the group is, you don't know whether there are any political affiliations. 72 hours have gone, sir, since the incident. One person is dead.
It will be too early to say on this line.
Are you under any pressure from the political establishment in Rajasthan to go slow in this case?
Not at all. Government wants fast action, immediate action.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there, sir. I'm going to... we'll keep tracking this story. I appreciate your joining us, though, and taking the time off to tell us what the ground situation is. But I want to raise certain big questions tonight, because this, as I said, is the shameful face, the dark side of Gau Rakshak Sabhas that even the Prime Minister spoke out so strongly about in August of 2016. This was after, remember, 4 Dalits were attacked in Una in Gujarat. Who will rein in these cow vigilantes? Are cow vigilantes getting a free run at the moment? Are state governments, particularly BJP-ruled state governments, soft in dealing with cow vigilantes because it fits in with the anti-cow slaughter campaign in these states? Does even Prime Minister Modi's appeal have no effect on Gau Rakshaks? And I'm going to raise this question tonight. Is it time the government banned Gau Rakshaks in this country? I'm joined by Sriraj Nair. He's a spokesperson of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad. Syed Zafar Islam is the national spokesperson of the BJP, and Abhishek Manu Singhvi, MP and national spokesperson of the Congress. Also joining me is Maxwell Pereira, former police commissioner here in Delhi. But I want to come first to you, Mr. Zafar Islam. You have a BJP government in Rajasthan. How are you going to deal with a situation like this? Because your government is going in for as strong a ban on beef, on trade, on eating of beef, and it seems that there is a license to these Gau Rakshaks today in states like Rajasthan to believe that their time has come. They feel emboldened. How is the BJP going to deal with these Gau Rakshaks? They don't even seem to follow what the Prime Minister wants.
Radip, there are two different things. Cow slaughter is different thing, and Gau Rakshak vigilantes, these vigilantes, what they are resorting to is two different things. We will definitely go after strongly against the cow slaughter. That is very clear, and we have made it very clear.
You are
to
giving,
everyone. But
what action are you taking against cow vigilantes? The Prime Minister made a statement in August 2016 after what happened in Una, and now we have something happens in Alwar. Clearly his words have no effect.
No, Rajdeep, these incidents cannot be tolerated. I am saying that very clearly
these are all
and categorically.
words.
That such incidents have absolutely
They are happening again and again.
It is happening. It has happened.
It happened in Haryana. Why is it only happening in?
There are 6-7
why
times
is it mainly happening in BJP-ruled states? Why is it mainly happening in BJP-ruled states, Mr. Zafar Islam? Why is it happening in BJP-ruled states? Haryana, Rajasthan, Gujarat. Why is it happening in these states?
Let me respond to that. See, you should not say whether it is happening in BJP-ruled state or elsewhere. One should see the crime. If it is a crime, and it should be dealt sternly.
Why is it happening in BJP-ruled states?
That should be our objective, and that is what the police personnel who you were speaking few minutes ago has very categorically said, that we will go after them. We have identified them, we'll examine the video, and we will take the strictest possible action. And he has specified the IPC 302 as well, what action he will take. That also has been specified. Let me tell you that we will not tolerate this kind of incident by the cow vigilantes. This is something which BJP has come
fine words, sir. I appreciate those words. Those are fine words. But on the ground, they don't seem to be, in a way, acting in the way you would like them. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, respond to what you are hearing from the BJP spokesperson. We will have zero tolerance towards cow vigilantes.
I think we are missing the point largely here completely, and let me therefore answer in 2 or 3 brief points. There are laws in this country about anti-cow slaughter. Those laws have to be obeyed, and they provide specifically the very few exceptions where cows, because of disease etc., may be slaughtered. Buffalo stand in a different category. Otherwise, if there is a ban in a state law, it must be obeyed. And if you or I are caught violating the ban, we must be punished with the most stringent punishment. If it is 1 unit, it should be 1.5 units, no problem. The question is not that at all. The question is, in this country, unless you like to be called a banana republic, that word punishment means that you have to be traced, detected, caught, investigated, charge sheeted, tried and convicted. Punished in every which way, even denied bail. It does not mean that I can catch Rajdeep on the road, become a self-appointed vigilante, become a cowboy, and actually, Rajdeep, unfortunately, and the Prime Minister hinted at it, but unfortunately is doing nothing about it, you are using this to settle your own scores. I am your neighbor, I am a person living a kilometer away, I have an old property fight with you, I have something else with you, so therefore I will use this vigilantism.
The police officer in Alwar tells me they are cow smugglers,
this
sir.
You can't differentiate.
The police officer, the police officer, sir.
1 second.
The police officer tells me they are cow smugglers.
Let me assume. That's not the point at all. That's not the point at all. Suppose a person murders and runs away from scene of murder. And you and I, convinced of his murder, lynch him in the nearest tree. I guess we are going to be equally charged with at least culpable homicide, if not murder. That's the meaning of rule of law. Now the point is, you may be right. Actually, Mr. Policeman may be right in 50% cases, 75% cases. But to allow a self-appointed vigilante like Rajdeep Sardesai or Singhvi to decide that even in one case,
I take your point,
can mean loss of lives. That can't be. Look at the impact. If you allow this on the ground that I am catching, this is a very serious thing. You know, just half a second more, Rajdeep.
Yes.
Salwa Judam
yes,
actually was for a good cause. The government partly armed and supported people because Naxalites were killing human beings. Even the court, Supreme Court has given a judgment castigating the legality of Salwa Judam, even though it is meant to fight terrorism of an Naxal kind. Here you are having no such thing. A self-appointed person calls himself a Gorakshak,
you made your point,
picks up a gun or a
Singhvi.
knife and starts catching people. He'll get it right 5 times, he'll get it wrong 2 times.
Your point is well taken. It's the manner in which groups are taking law into their own hands at the moment. Sriraj Nair, you're a spokesperson of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad. Are you going to defend this kind of behavior on the program tonight?
Yeah, let me put forward my stand as far as Vishwa Hindu Parishad is concerned.
Yes.
We at VHP are duty bound and determined to save our holy mother cow. Let me be very clear about that stand. At the same time, we never allow or we never teach or we never guide our cadres to take the law in their hand.
You say that when your cadres including
now this people,
Mr. Nair, you are well aware that your cadres include the Bajrang Dal, which in the past has resorted to similar activities.
Definitely, even our Bajrang Dal,
they have resorted to violence, Mr. Nair. I hope you are aware of the history of the Bajrang Dal.
Every time what is happening is there is a mockery being made as far as the cow protection is concerned. See
What
the
is
kind
the
of
mockery? A
statements,
man has
see the
died,
kind of
sir.
people talking.
A man has died, for God's sake.
We condemn.
You condemn it and allow it to happen
violence.
after a few months.
These are not our people, Rajdeep. Was this mob led by any VHP Bajrang Dal leader? There was no VHP leader in
You
this.
share a similar ideology.
Listen, Rajdeep. The problem is when people talk about beef parties, when people mock about all this thing, when Owaisi has the guts to talk that, you know, mummy in north and yummy in northeast, what do people do? The problem is with media also.
No one has the right to take the law into their own hands, Mr. Nair.
Rajdeep, there is a big anger. There is a huge anger.
So the anger is going to result in this kind of behavior.
So these people, see, they have to stop. Now, Honorable Police Officer and the Home Minister of Rajasthan categorically stated that these were smugglers. Why, when there is an act in Rajasthan,
let the police act against the smugglers. Let the police act against the smugglers.
I am not justifying the killing, Rajdeep. Let me tell you.
You don't justify the killing, but you justify the mindset.
Yeah.
You don't justify the killing, but you justify the mindset. You say people are angry. What kind of people may be angry, but you cannot kill people in the name of this anger, for God's sake.
I am not. We don't advocate killing at all.
Constitution.
We definitely let the rule of law prevail. We teach our cadres to obey the law. Let me put it very categorically.
The problem at the moment is the Bajrang Dal itself has blood on its hands. Pawan Pandit, your president Bharatiya Gau Raksha Dal, आप मुझे बताइए क्या इस तरह के बिहेवियर से गौ रक्षक इसी तरह से गौ माता की रक्षा करेंगे, किसी को मारेंगे, किसी को पीटेंगे? नहीं, 1 minute, let Pawan Pandit talk. Sir, let Pawan Pandit talk. Pawan Pandit, आप अध्यक्ष हैं भारतीय गौ रक्षा दल के, क्या इसी तरह से आप लोगों को पीटेंगे, मारेंगे?
जी
नहीं, बताइए मुझे।
सर, सबसे पहले हमें ये समझना पड़ेगा
जी,
मैं वही बता रहा हूं सर, मैंने आप सबको सुना है, जिस तरीके से आप इस बात को प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं उससे कोई हल नहीं है। आपको पहले ये समझना पड़ेगा ये एक मूवमेंट है, गुंडागर्दी नहीं है, और ये मूवमेंट आज स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ है, बीजेपी गवर्नमेंट से स्टार्ट नहीं हुआ है।
प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा कि करीब 80% ऐसे लोग इस मूवमेंट में हैं जो एंटी सोशल हैं। प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा था, और मैं वो बाइट चलाता हूं, आप सुनिए, आप एक मिनट सर, पंडित जी एक मिनट, प्रधानमंत्री ने क्या कहा था सुनिए जरा। लेट्स प्ले व्हाट नरेंद्र मोदी जी सेड इन अगस्त ऑफ 2016।
मैंने देखा है कि कुछ लोग जो पूरी रात एंटी सोशल एक्टिविटी करते हैं, कुछ लोग, लेकिन दिन में गौरक्षक का चोला पहन लेते हैं।
आपने सुना, प्रधानमंत्री ने कहा एंटी सोशल एलिमेंट्स, दिन में गौ रक्षक, क्या कहते हैं?
सर, मैंने सुना और इस बात का हमने विरोध किया था और हमने कहा था कि प्रधानमंत्री जी अपनी स्टेटमेंट वापस लें। इसके पीछे बहुत सारे रीजन थे। एक तो जो भी उन्होंने आंकड़े दिए थे वो गलत है। 80% हिंदू है और 80% इंडिया जो है उसके लिए काऊ मदर है, तो उनको सीधे सीधे सोशल एलिमेंट कहना वो एक सीधा सा गलत है। दूसरी बात उन्होंने ये कही थी कि जो गाय प्लास्टिक खाने से जितनी ज्यादा मरती हैं जितनी स्लॉटरिंग हाउस में कटती नहीं है, वो आंकड़ा उनका गलत था, है ना
सर। आंकड़े गलत हो गए लेकिन जो उनकी भावना थी वो सही थी। प्रधानमंत्री के आंकड़े भी गलत हो लेकिन उनकी भावना सही थी। कोई
सर उनकी भावना थी तो आप ये
हमारे देश में गायों की कोई रक्षा नहीं करता।
उनको बने हुए 3 साल हो गए क्या तो प्रधानमंत्री जी एक चीज बता दे, उन्होंने गाय के हित में जो काम किया हो वो तो अपने आप को, जो बीजेपी सरकार है वो गाय गंगा और मंदिर पे बन के आई है। उसने 30 साल कड़ा संघर्ष किया है इसी चीज के लिए। आज वो इससे ज्यादा ताकतवर कभी हो नहीं सकती। आज उसने कोई सेंट्रलाइज लॉ बनाया क्या? 80% इंडियन की डिमांड पे कभी डिक्लेयर करने की ये सोचा कि गाय को क्यों ना नेशनल एनिमल डिक्लेयर कर दिया जाए?
अच्छा पंडित जी एक मिनट,
पंडित जी एक मिनट को समझिए।
पंडित जी आप अपनी
गवर्नमेंट नहीं जा रही है।
ठीक है पंडित जी आपने
सुनिए सर, 1 लाख एकड़ गोचर भूमि है इंडिया में। 1 लाख गोचर भूमि है। जो भी गाय स्ट्रीट पे घूम रही है
सर, आप गायों की रक्षा करिए।
प्रधानमंत्री जी भी उसकी चिंता कर रहे हैं।
पंडित जी एक मिनट, पंडित जी एक मिनट, कोई आपको रोकता नहीं है, गायों की रक्षा आप जरूर करिए, लेकिन इसका मतलब नहीं है कि आप किसी व्यक्ति पर हाथ इस तरह से उठा सकते हैं। मैक्सवेल परेरा, आई वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड फ्रॉम यू, यू आर अ सीनियर पुलिस ऑफिसर. You might have heard what the SP Alwar says. He said we will. 1 minute, sir. Mr. Pandit, I have to go to
3 साल में आए हैं.
1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Maxwell Pereira, I want to understand from you the role of the police in a case like this. On a busy highway from Alwar to Delhi, a mob attacks 5 people, allegedly cow smugglers, beats them up. One of them is now dead. And now 3 days later, the police has arrested only 2 people. We still don't know their identity. We still don't know their affiliation. Isn't this an indication that the police treats these cases with not with the seriousness they deserve?
Rahul, Rajdeep, the first thing to consider or appreciate is the action taken by the police and the confidence with which the police officer came across and said that we mean business in doing this. At least this is a public declaration of an intent, and I really congratulate Rahul Prakash. I wish it is really meant. I wish the action proves. I'm sorry that according to you the action is inadequate.
It is inadequate, sir.
I do feel that.
A man is dead.
I do feel
it is inadequate. 72 hours have gone. The video comes first on TV channels, then goes to police stations.
I do feel that. I can only hope. Yes, I can only hope that the police of India, continues to do and uphold justice, uphold the rule of law, and not really succumb to the pressures of all these extraneous elements.
My worry is, sir, just a minute, sir. My worry, Mr. Pereira,
movement is concerned.
My worry is that these,
as long as
you call them extraneous elements. Just a minute, sir. You call them extraneous elements, and that is my worry, Mr. Zafar Islam. These are not extraneous elements. These are elements which in the last couple of years feel empowered. That's the worry. You say that you have zero tolerance, the BJP has zero tolerance. I take your word for it. But the fact is, and you didn't answer my question, Zafar Islam, why is this happening primarily in BJP-ruled states? Why is it happening there? Should you not introspect? Should you not ask yourself that there are elements within possibly your wider Sangh Parivar who are seeing this as their moment in the sun?
See, Rajdeep, you have to understand one thing, that you have to understand that the people's believe in certain thing, and if they are saving, or those cow vigilantes, good cow vigilantes, if they are saving cows from the smugglers, then handling over these smugglers to the police, I think that should be appreciated. their act because they are not resorting to any kind of violence. But what my concern is, and my objection is to they are resorting to the violence, and this violence should not be.
My point, you are not answering my question. Why is this happening mainly in BJP ruled states?
I don't think that should be the
that is the worry.
Uniformly, I don't.
They are not extraneous elements. These are elements who are possibly people who feel empowered.
Crime is a crime, whether it happens in BJP ruled state or elsewhere.
Maharaj, the kind of comments he makes, he empowers such people. He's your member of parliament.
No, that is not. There is no truth in that.
Emboldened.
Rajdeep, there is absolutely no truth in that, because as I said, the Honorable Prime Minister has very strongly condemned the COVID.
Sir, his condemnation is not working on the ground. My worry is that this is a very large country. This requires strong policing, and that's Abhishek Manu Singhvi the real key. You know, you will make this a political battle today. You will raise it in Parliament tomorrow, but the fact is this is about policing. This could happen tomorrow, God forbid, even in a Congress-ruled state, Mr. Singhvi. And similar things have happened in the past in Congress-ruled states as well. Lynching has taken place in all forms in this country in the past. It's now being done in the name of the cow.
Illegality and lawlessness is not the preserve of any political party or any particular government. But that's not the point, Rajdeep. Just take a simple fact, undeniable fact. The number of anti-cow slaughter laws is more or less the same pre and post 2014. The number of states where governments have this and have not changed drastically in political color. But ever since a national government has taken over at the center, the real point is that the ambience, the climate, a wink and a nod here, the atmospherics, the statements, the innuendos, the insinuations, have emboldened the entire atmosphere to a situation where there is a clear feeling by all these people that they will not be punished. Just consider, with the same laws, with the same issues, was there a similar sense of impunity in these elements prior to 2014? It is because on the one hand you have top ministers and top MLAs and top MPs and top office bearers of the ruling party making these very polarized, communally sensitive, divisive statements and getting away with it. On the other hand, you have such people who catch and thrash on the streets, not really being punished, except ikka dukka, and that too also in the public glare and thereafter left. Now that actually gives a clear indication of samarthan, of protsahan, of endorsement. And that's the real issue.
That's the real issue.
That has happened only after 2014.
If that's
it has happened only after 2014.
If that's the real issue, then Sriraj Nair, spokesperson of the VHP, maybe the time has come to ban the Gaurakshaks. If they cannot control themselves, if they are going to resort to these kind of activities, self-styled vigilantes have no place in a constitutional democracy. Mr. Nair, let's ban them. They should be stopped.
I don't agree with your statement that the Gaurakshas are empowered just recently for last 2-3 years. Why you forget about the 1857 mutiny? Why was the uprising that time?
Sir,
see, you cannot play with the sentiments of a large majority of this nation. You understand, we Hindus, when we believe the mother cow, why can't these people stop their illegal acts?
So the greatest Indian, Mahatma Gandhi also believed in the mother cow, but he didn't resort to violence to have his way.
See,
these sentiments cannot become an argument for violence.
Why were they transporting cows when it is illegal to transport cows? See, first of all, these people, they are not abiding the law at all. When they don't abide the laws and they hurt the sentiments of the larger section,
so go and report them to the police.
Then some kind of reaction is going to happen.
Please go and report them to the police. Yes. If they are not following the law, report them to the police. Who gives you the right to take over?
Rajdeep, VHP, Bajrang Dal directly connects the police only. We don't advise our cadres to take the law in hands. But at the same time, there has to be an end to this kind of transportation and slaughter of cows. If this is going to continue by this element, there is going to be violence from other side.
You know,
somewhere.
You are justifying
Rajdeep,
by saying that you are justifying the violence, Mr. Nair, and that is shameful. This is not, you are in the end justifying it. In the name of sentiment, in the name of anger, you are ending up justifying this. This is the fear.
I am saying we are not endorsing violence of any sort.
You don't endorse it, but you are justifying it.
See, why don't you condemn when these people called for beef party Did we ever say that we will do pork
They have every
parties
right
in
to-
this Muslim household?
they have every
See,
right
the problem
to-
is,
they have
when
every
we
right
talk about
to eat
pork
beef.
parties, you will condemn us, you will always abuse us.
I'm
The
not
problem
abusing
is
you, sir.
have been
I
taking
will
one side.
condemn any form of violence.
Rajdeep, the problem is, it is selective activism.
Okay.
The problem is one-side activism. You have to understand, you have to also play a role where this element stop this illegal act. They have to stop hurting the sentiments of the Hindus.
Okay.
That is the first and foremost thing which has to be done.
I'm going to
And the
leave it there,
media,
Mr. Nair.
especially
You
people
made your
like
point.
Have to play a
You
vital
made your
role.
point, sir. I may disagree with it, but I give you every right to have made it. I appreciate all my guests joining me on my show tonight. My take, where do I stand on the issue?